In the last exercise, we looked at how we could make a lower third and incorporate some text into our projects. I wanted to show you an alternate method to add titles into your projects. I'll go ahead and delete the lower third that I had created earlier, and we're going to add a new one, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. In order to add this version of the lower third, I'm going to open up my Essential Graphic panel. This panel is going to allow you to peruse a series of templates that you can add to your projects. These are pre-made and they include text, animation, and sometimes even graphics. So if you find one that you like, you can simply grab it and drag it onto your project. It'll go ahead and add that particular style of title into your project. And then once you have it in your project, you can modify it. Let me actually delete this and let's find one that's a little bit more appropriate for our project. I'm going to click Browse, and I can search through the preset titles that are in the My Templates area. In addition to having access to these, you can also go to Adobe Stock. There is an option for you to peruse free or premium versions of titles and other sorts of sequences. If you see the little $sign, this indicates that these are premium versions. If you just want to peruse the free ones, you would click Free, and then it's going to load all of the free ones that are available. So if you find one of these that you like, you'll simply grab it and drag it onto your project. It'll take a second to load the template in, and then once the template is part of your project, you'll be able to make adjustments to it. In order for me to see what this looks like, I'll need to render it since I have the red bar. But if we just scrub through the timeline, you can see how this one has a liquid type of title. This is not going to be appropriate for my particular project, but I did want to show you these. You can continue to flip through the various pages and find one that would work well in your particular project. I'll delete this one, and then we'll go back to Browse, we'll go to My Templates, and we're just going to get something a little bit more simple that we can use as a lower third. And you can see there's quite a few that are available for us to use. Some of these are going to be a little bit fancier than others, so depending on your needs, you may be able to find one that will work well. I'm going to revert to something a little bit more simple, so we'll use this one right here. I'll go ahead and place this into my project. I'm going to extend this out so it covers the whole duration of this clip. And now let's go ahead and make some modifications. I'll select the lower third. Now when we had created text before, we used our effect controls, and this gave us access to all of the various parts of that particular text item. As you can see, I have the same sort of thing here, and there's already quite a few keyframes that have been associated. Let's go ahead and let's just change the color so that we can see this a little bit better, and then I'll play it for you. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change the text. So this is the text that is this top block of text. I'll go ahead and I'll click with my text tool. I'm going to triple click to select the whole thing, and we'll go ahead and put the name that we want. Then I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the lower block of text. Now that we've updated the text, we're going to actually do the rest of the edits in the Essential Graphics pane. As you can see, the Essential Graphics pane is going to list all of the same elements that are part of the text portion. I find that this pane is a little easier to see everything that we can do to augment the text rather than twirling open all of the different options that are available in Effect Controls. So if I wanted to change the text color, I can go down to Appearance, and then when I open the color picker, I'll be able to pick a particular color, click OK. Now when I change the color, it's very difficult to see. Part of the reason is that we're using some different types of effects here. Also because this particular font is fairly thin, it's difficult to see the changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the font to something thicker. I'll go ahead and select the black version of this particular font, and then I'm going to go ahead and increase the font size. Now what we'll need to do is we'll need to turn off some of these different sorts of effects so that we can see which one is preventing the color from coming through. As you can see, this blue lens arboration effect is preventing that, so I'm going to just simply turn that off because I want my text to be blue and I don't want that to affect it. Then we'll go ahead and select our freediver text, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll go ahead and I'll change the font family. We'll increase the size slightly, and then I'm going to go ahead and change the color to the same shade of blue. And I somehow must have moved my text up, so I'm going to go ahead and position this down in the lower part of the page. Let's go ahead and play this. So I'm going to get to the beginning of the clip. I'll hit return or enter so that this section of the video can be rendered, and then we'll play and you'll see what we get. Hi there, my name is Emily, and I spend a lot of time swimming and free diving in the oceans of San Diego. I just wanted to take... As you can see, the lower third is a little fancier. It has some 3D types of movement that occur around the text. In order to make the text a little bit easier to see, I'm going to add a background element, so you can fully customize these templates that you're using as well. In order to add an element, I'm going to click this little new layer icon, and I'm going to choose a rectangle. As you can see, it adds a rectangular shape to my project. I'm going to grab the rectangle and I'm going to position it in the lower portion of my screen. We'll go ahead and we'll have this encompass the text, and it will go to the left edge of the screen. Once I have this in place, I'm going to change the fill color. So we'll go ahead and we'll come to fill right here, and I'm going to click on the checkbox for fill. We're going to select this, and instead of using a solid, we're going to use a linear gradient. On the linear gradient, we have the opacity stops at the top, and then we have the color stops at the bottom. I'm going to select the first color and change it to white, and then the second color stop, I'm going to reduce the opacity down to 20%. This is going to create a gradiated box that is going to encompass this area. I'll click OK, and I'm going to get rid of the stroke and the shadow, so we just have the box. Finally, I'm going to take the shape and drag it underneath the rest of the text. This will make the text stand out a little bit better. So if we go ahead and re-render this section and then play it, you'll get a feel of what happens now. Hi there, my name is Emily, and I spend a lot of time swimming and free diving in the... All right, so using the preset templates can definitely give you a leg up and get you up and working a little bit more quickly. In addition, these have quite a bit of complexity, different sorts of effects built into them, so it can save you a lot of time. So take some time and browse through the various templated items that are available and see if these will give you a leg up and allow you to develop a little bit quicker.